You know, I've been to a lot of conferences where everybody is there and they have to be there, and then the presentation is happening and everybody is just bored or out of it or on their laptop. And I really wanted to create something that would make people more engaged. And all of that value, everything that people do to put the conference on, so much effort, so much money that goes into it, you know, so much stress from the organizers. How do we make that worth it? How do you make people really engage with it and get more out of it?
Building curiosity, personalize, a lot of different things that, of course, this is what companies should be thinking about when creating a human-centric learning for the human beings in their companies, right?
We're delivering events around the globe, high pressure, high priority, high profile. We might be a global healthcare's launch meeting at the most prestigious conference in the world that year. They're potentially our highest, biggest, shiniest product. And they've got us in the room using tech. And they might have spent, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars of pulling an event together. They can't afford for it to fall over because the tech doesn't work in the room. And if they're building an event that's got 100 moving parts, we are such an important part. So working with MeetingPulse, we've got a lot of support and we've got the ability, a platform that is pretty robust.
I created this business to make meetings better and make communication better in organizations, to make organizations more transparent, and to make audiences everywhere more connected and engaged. It's a real big step, and it's a new way. It's a new way of doing business. You know, we don't see that a lot in the past, but now people are coming to expect it. People are always looking for the right place where they can be aligned with the mission, where they can feel valued, where they can contribute in a way that that makes them feel good. And if they don't have that, they're going to move on. And that is a trend that is very much aligned with what MeetingPulse is doing in terms of bringing transparency and a better culture, a more transparent culture to organizations that deploy the tool. One of my favorite stories is a company Invitae that made MeetingPulse the premier flagship of their culture. Every month, the CEO goes up and they answer any question that employees ask. Doesn't matter what the question is, unprepared, you know, they will field everything, and they do it every month. So that has transformed their company. Anybody that comes in, any new recruit can see right away in a tangible way that this is a company that values transparency and lives, you know, they're just not just talking about transparency, but they live by it. Ask me any question, I'm going to be transparent with you. And it's a publicly traded company.
We started as a small company, and from the very beginning, we did our best to instill a culture of transparency and to make sure that, for example, in the context of our all-hands meetings, sort of every topic is fair game. And over time, as the organization started getting bigger and bigger, it became pretty clear that these meetings are no longer effective, that people can't really ask the hard questions anymore. Maybe there's too many new employees at any given point in time, maybe the room was just too big, but nonetheless, it was really clear that we had this thing, this ability to really talk about anything and everything, and we're losing that ability. The first time you come into an organization, and typically many of us are trained to never be candid with management and to make sure, like, to always think through the political ramifications of saying this or asking that question. And the first time people come into Invitae and see that really anything is fair game, it's actually really amusing to watch. It's something that I pay attention to. Transparency is imperative for what we're trying to do. In our view, in today's day and age, when dealing with rapidly changing technologies and this constant need for companies to continue to innovate, to continue to come up with new things, you can't top down innovation. Right? If you're telling people what to do, they're going to be too busy doing as told, or looking for a new job in order to ever do anything new. If people are afraid to communicate openly and honestly, if people are afraid to tell you the truth, then again, you will never come up with anything innovative. So really, the kind of rapid innovation that is required by today's day and age requires a foundation of transparency and is really impossible without a really, really transparent way of running organizations.
The top 3 things that separate us from our competition are the level of service that we provide, the number of modules and different aspects of interactivity that the platform can provide, and the completely tailored and branded experience that we can deliver. You get the same features as you get with an event app with MeetingPulse, and it's much easier, minimal friction. Just type in a URL, custom URL for that event, and you're good to go.